Hello everyone, we're back again playing some more Morrowind. Hopefully everyone's had a good time since the last episode. Otherwise, it's good to see we're back in again, going at it, getting it going. And we're gonna continue on with Talan's little journey here. I believe last we left off, we had just finished with finding the body outside of the town here. Um, Going to the port, we spoke to some guys inside, made our way out here, and there was a tax record on the body. Now, Talan is. I'm gonna say he's not
Yes? What can I do for
particularly
you?
the type
If you're looking to get out of Satan,
to have something on his body that he doesn't own. I don't think he's the type to steal. I'm not too sure whether or not he's ever gonna do that quest there with the lighthouse thing.
thanks again for returning my family ring.
Uh, but either way, we're going to continue on. We're going to move inside here because I think the guy that we have to give it to is here. When I last did some testing in this, I figured that out. Um, yeah, yeah.
Thanks
Pretty
again
sure
for
that's right.
returning my family ring.
Pretty sure that's the right way to go. The sentence office.
I must be going,
Scosis.
so if you could make it quick.
Oh, actually, I'm here to have a chat about something. The murder of Processius Vitellius.
Murdered? What a waste. Processus was a good man. I'd been wondering why we hadn't heard from him in a few days. Still, these are dangerous times we live in, and these sorts of things will happen. Did you happen to find the tax money he'd collected? I hate to be so callous, but I do have a job to do.
Yeah, I found 200 septons on his body. Yeah, you can have it. I don't want to have something
You
that the
did?
Empire is going to come
How
back
odd
for.
that he was murdered but not robbed. Your honesty is appreciated, I can tell you that. I won't forget this. In fact, if you're looking for some money for yourself, I'd like to see the murderer of Processus punished. Killing an emperor's tax collector is punishable by death. Find his murderer, bring him to justice, and the Census and Excise Office will pay you 500 septums.
Hmm.
Hope you'll bring that murderer to justice soon.
I will try.
Yes, this is Morrowind. You're in the Census and Excise offices in the port of Sida Neen, in Vardenfell district of the
Yeah, I don't
province of
think
Morrowind.
he trains sneak, acrobatics, and light armor. Sir, are you? Are you not? You know what? I'm not even gonna bother there. Eh, I remember seeing something over here that caught my attention when I was looking through the video from last time. I noticed this. Kriskar, don't think I've forgotten our wager. I want this dagger sharp as a scamp claw by morning. Uh, I think I sold that dagger. I'm pretty sure I did. Um, yeah, I'm 100% sure I stole that dagger. I took it, I should say, not stole it. It was free. There was no one asked or anything along those lines.
Thanks again for returning my family ring.
Murder of Processius Vitellius. Someone finally got him, huh? Well, it's no surprise, I suppose. No one likes a tax collector, especially one who flaunts his wealth while taking hard-earned cash. Only one who could stomach him at all was Avery, over in the lighthouse. The two of them spent some time together. Shame, really, she seemed like a nice woman. Why did he sniff sniff? Why did you just do that? You're a weird
Keep
guy.
moving.
Oh, these are. We'll figure it out in a second. But let's go to the White House. The lighthouse. The White House? Yeah, the White House. Let's go to the White House. Let's go to the lighthouse and figure out who this person is. You.
Outlander, what do you want?
Uh, Hello, I'm here to talk about the murder of Processius
Processus
Vitellius.
murdered. No. Tell
Processus.
me it's
That's
not
the name.
so. He was the gentlest man I've ever met. He and I had become so close in the past few months. I don't know what I will do without him. I've only seen him get angry once or twice and never raised a hand to anyone. This is so sad.
Seeing
Well,
him get
not even
angry.
angry, I suppose. I saw him arguing once with foreign Gilnith about his taxes. He thought Processus had been levying too much and skimming off the top for himself. Ridiculous! Processus wouldn't have done such a thing, I'm sure of it. Please find out what happened, friend. And if you find out what became of Processus's ring, it would ease my heart. I gave him the ring many months ago, and it was dear to him. I would like it to remember him by.
He had a ring. I wonder if that's the ring we gave to Fargoth. I wonder if it's Fargoth that did it. Oh. Still, there's moments where you're gonna have to check things over.
I still can't believe he's gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry for bringing it back up. I do enjoy Morrowind. Like, and it's like when I played Oblivion for the first time, I remember I was a kid at the time. That was great. I spent hours upon hours upon hours just playing through that game, and the way they wrote out the lore in Oblivion and here in Morrowind as well is so much better, in my opinion, than what it was like in Skyrim. Like like in Skyrim, you get a quest and it's like, yeah, this guy did that, go do this. You're like, oh, okay. But in this game, you got like an entire book. You got like an entire book. It's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. She said something about foreign Gilnith. Don't know who that is. Let's see if we can find him. Not her?
Yes. What do you want?
No.
If you're looking to get out of Satan,
These are just guards, aren't they? Yep.
What is this regarding?
Thanks again for returning my family ring.
This. So this. Wonder if it's this guy. No.
I must be going, so if you could make it quick.
I don't plan to stay around. Why did I not just go the other way?
What
Thanks
is this
again for
regarding?
returning my family ring.
Oh, I don't know who this foreign Gilnith is. So we'll have to look around and see if we can find him. And that looks like slums
What is this
over there.
regarding?
Nothing, sir. Please.
I'm listening.
Hmm.
Go
I
ahead.
barter for
Maybe
goods
he's
and
up here,
coin. I
maybe
also
he
have a
is-
small selection of
On
spells
your
for
way.
sale.
What
You
brings
want
you
a little
here?
advice? Speak freely,
That's
friend.
free.
Tell
That's
your
No.
friends
all
about
that's
this
free.
place.
Oh my god, there's so many voices
I know the
happening at
little
the same
fellow's
time.
got a hiding place somewhere in town.
I'm listening.
Well, actually, speaking about that, tax record. He had 225 drakes to pay, and he didn't pay. Wonder. Not that
Yes?
dude.
What do you want? If you're looking to get out of Satanin, I'll be happy to give you a little.
Definitely not that guy either. Yeah. I do think I'm gonna enjoy my playthrough of Morrowind. It's been pretty decent so far, especially when I've been trying to figure things out. Elderfire, you're one of the ones who didn't pay, right? Am I correct on that? Am I just dumb? You didn't pay, yeah. Hello. Let's have a little bit of a chat. You're the one who
I
kept
haven't seen
interrupting
your
me on the
face
bridge.
before. Would you like a little advice?
What is
Or are
this
you
regarding?
looking for someone in particular?
I don't know. That's not who I was wanting to speak to, but okay. Is this the... No, it's just a
What is
guard.
this regarding?
Darren... in Fargoth's house. There's a basement here. I wonder if this is... It's locked. This is Elderfire's house. This is Dooney's or whatever they're called houses. I'll take these. There's someone watching me. I can tell. Yep.
What is
That's
this
not the one
regarding
that I
that
need to
god?
speak to. It's don't really have to
Outlander,
worry about it.
what do you want?
Gotta look around and see if we can find. Hey, this is the guy's shack. Hey, there he
beyond
is.
measure, Outlander.
Got pretty strange face.
I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you?
Murder of Prusius
That
Vitellius.
fetcher? You're damn right I did him in. And a good thing, too. He was skimming a load of money from all of us honest people, overcharging us on our taxes and keeping the difference for himself. He was always flaunting his money around, showing off his new clothes and jewels. So, I killed the bastard and left his body out there to rot, with all his ill-begotten gold still on him. You're one of them, huh? Come to kill me? Well, give it your best shot. I've no problem spilling more of the blood of the Emperor's lackeys.
Oh dear. Oh.
There is no escape.
How does this work actually? Like,
You will die.
is there a reason to hold down? Oh. Oh. Well, I killed a man. Ah, his ring in my pocket. And his body right there. I'll take his gold though. I mean, like, I'm getting 500 gold out of this. I may as well get some extra stuff, right? I would imagine that's the best way to go about it. What does this guy actually have in his house though? Like, anything of worth? Seeing as I did this, I'm about to get money, but he's got money. I feel like a terrible person. Am I a terrible person? Is that? I don't know if I'm a terrible person or not. I will, however, take all of you and all of you. That seems great. The barrel there. The basket. Do you have anything of worth? No. And what is this? A Dance in Fire Chapter 6. A Dance in Fire Chapter 6. I think we can leave that. I'll take it though, but I mean, I'm gonna leave the reading of it for a bit later on. See how that goes. Oh, there's some pieces here. Probably let whatever that guy is called inside of the
What is this
excise office. No, what happened? I wonder if it puts it on here. I can't believe Glenn's story, even if it were true. No excuse for murder. Yeah. Intends. You know what? Glenn contends Prusius was corrupt, as are all the employees of the Census Exiles office. He claims that the Processus was attempting to gouge him on the taxes that were levied, and was taking a cut for himself, spending it on new jewelry and the likes. I simply cannot believe Glenn's story, and even if it were true, it's no excuse for murder. Yeah, I guess. I suppose, but we'll figure it out.
All right, I'm listening. I heard you had been asking around about his murder. I'm glad to see this matter brought to its completion. Here's your reward. Good to see there are still some citizens who understand their loyalty to our Emperor.
You're welcome. I'll take that gold. Goodbye. Alright. That's done now. Let's get out of here. Probably go hand that item over to what's her name at the lighthouse. That'd be a great place to end things off on. She gets her little piece. and then I get to go my own separate way. Yeah, I think Talan's definitely not a good guy, but he isn't a bad guy either.
What is this regarding, Redguard?
I think he follows where he can get the money, at least. Um, he definitely is the type to get money if he can. If it does mean killing someone, he'd probably make sure that person deserves dying before he does it. Processes ring.
Oh, you found the ring I gave him. Thank you so much. It's good to have something to remember him by, though I'll never see him again. Here, take this. He usually traveled with a couple when he was doing his job, but he didn't this last time. If only he had.
Only he had. Tell me about the Imperial captains. Many of the ships from the Empire that docked here are not familiar with the Inner Sea, or they are appointed by family connections instead of earning their ranks. In any case, some of them have a very difficult time finding Seyda-Neen, even with the lighthouse. Interesting. Any specific places?
Aril's trade house, the census and excise offices, that's the Coast Guard too, and a lighthouse, and that's it. Silt Strider service goes to Vivek, Balmora, Nisus, and Suran. The road goes north past Pelagiad to Balmora, and east to Vivek, and southeast to Ebonheart.
Thank you. You have a good day. Don't mind me, I'm just looking around and see what I can find. I now have 577 gold. It's a good start. Not expected. You need to go see a doctor. Yeah, I'm enjoying this game so far. I think I'm rather actually surprised by its depth, at least. I find that the extra information, the extra bit of lore is always going to be amazing. I've always loved the Elder Scrolls lore. Elder Scrolls seems to... hello? Why? Why would you do that? Elder Scrolls always seems to have something great about it with its lore. I've always seemed enamored by it. And I'm probably going to end up reading that book as well that we found. Dance of Fire Chapter 6. Dance in Fire Chapter 6, just to see what it's about.
Yes, Outlander?
Hello.
Anything I can do for you?
May the wind be on your back.
You might notice that her armor is not enchanted anymore. That is because I had made a little bit of a mistake, so I had to catch myself back up and fix that mistake on my end. But now it's sorted. Don't worry about that.
A small selection of spells for sale.
Yes.
You want a little advice? That's free. That's all that's free.
He just says the same thing again.
Welcome to Aril's Trade House.
I will just look to see what you actually got here, because I noticed
for sale.
when
No credit. You want a little advice? That's free. That's all that's free. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions? Our most popular scrolls?
Sir. God, I'm trying to speak here. I did notice that when I restarted this playthrough real quick just to catch back up. I did notice he had an iron saber, and I think Talan would like to have that. Even if it does mean selling this one back. But then again, I think I get like 30 gold out of it. Or half its value back at least. But either way, I don't lose out much. I've made some money. And I think if it's more fitting for our friend here to have that as his weapon choice. And now I'm thinking about armor. I'm not too sure what he would try and wear, but Talan definitely believes he needs some armor. I will throw that in there, throw that in there, throw that in there. Leave those for now. I don't know how to make potions just yet. I'll probably figure that out as we go along. This book is worth 150 gold pieces though, so once I read it, I'm probably going to end up selling it. I don't know if you can have houses in this. If I can, then I'll try to just keep it so I can put it in the house. I think it'd be pretty cool to have a house filled with all the books I found. Let's see here. Talan. Oh, Morel, you don't seem to have much in the way of light armor, it seems. At least you don't have pants. Light armor pants. None of those. Is that even a thing? Netch leather cuirass. 35 gold. I think that's worth an investment. What about the chitin cuirass? 10 to 5. I can afford that. Chitin boots. For that. Chitin gauntlets. That. Chitin pauldron. Okay. Wait, hold on. Oh, do each gauntlet have their own? Okay. Interesting. Didn't actually expect there to be left and right pieces of all these different things. I'll say goodbye, and I think I'll get dressed here, and I'm just gonna hide in
I know the little fetcher's got
a little back here somewhere, and change my clothes. Oh my god. Oh, and these are still equipped underneath? That's an interesting... So the...
Welcome to Aril's Trade House. I barter for goods or coin. I also have a small selection of spells for sale. No credit.
Armor
Want a little
7.
advice? That's free. That's all that's free. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions? Our most popular scrolls?
Huh. Okay, so I don't know how the things actually match up all together. I don't even know how leveling up works in this game. I'm imagining you have to sleep like you do in Oblivion. That which would ooh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm Talan's probably liking this. This it looks like a saint. Yeah. Looks like he's Vegeta as soon as he comes down. But we'll leave that for now. What were we doing? What's next on the agenda? I know we have to go to Balmora in order to find something, but we should probably see if there's anything else we can do here. I remember Hriskar said something about Fargoth atop the lighthouse. And watch where he goes. Hriskar believes I should watch him at night. I'm not supposed to approach him at any time. I should then retrace his footsteps and find out where he's hiding the money.
How interesting.
When I found it, I should report back to Hriskar. Okay. Can I wait this game? You can. It's the same button too. T. Nice. Wait. Resting here is illegal. You need to find a bed. Resting here is illegal? Okay, so if I was to get a bed, just take a nap until like nighttime. Let's go inside here. Make our way upstairs. This should be pretty decent.
What brings you here?
Yes.
We rent beds. I have some goods for barter. What do you want?
Well, like a bed, please.
Yes, we have one available. It's 10 gold for the rest of the day. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Great. The bed is yours. Enjoy your stay.
Okay. Do it. Yeah. This will probably heal me up too. Let's see. It's 3 p.m. currently, so let's go for about 5 hours. Don't know what nighttime looks like outside, but we'll figure it out. 8 p.m.
Yes, Outland.
Ooh. So let's go and walk over to this lighthouse. English is hard to do sometimes, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. English is a very hard thing. It is my first language. I just suck at it. Yeah, but let's get up to the top of this lighthouse. Don't worry, don't mind me. Don't mind me. And then we'll watch this elf, I guess. How do I keep an eye on him? I can't see him. I don't even know what he's supposed to look like, to be honest. Is there like a telescope over here? No, there isn't. That's not Fargoth. That's a guard. That's that lady. Fargoth is like right behind that stuff over there. And I think Talan is probably just going to end up waiting here for a good bit of time. Yeah, the water is dangerous in this game, as we figured out last time. Should not go inside there. I don't even know if we can do underwater combat, and I don't want to find out either, actually. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I just don't wanna. Oh, there he is. There he is. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have found Fargoth. He is moving stealthily. I wonder which way he's gonna go. He's gonna go back up. Why is he stealthing? Why is he going into the water like that? Was that where he's put his stash? Such a weird pathing. Here. They went into the water here. Oh, hey. I found Trina. Should I take it? He's got the ring of engraved healing there. Maybe I should go to this scar first. Still there when I come back, then we'll... Actually, hold on. Alan will use the powers of save scumming. Ooh. There we go. Okay. We'll see how this works out. We'll see how this works out now.
Outlander, what do you want?
I don't want anything from you, I'm sorry. Alright, let's go inside here and let's go and speak to Hraskir and see what he is going to give us for this.
You were supposed to find Fargoth's hiding place. Were you able to? You found his hiding place?
That's great.
That's great. Tell you what, I'll give you 100 gold, and you can keep anything else that you found in there. Thanks for your help.
Hey, wait a minute.
Outlander, what do you want?
He took my money. Not the money from inside here. Oh, was I supposed to take it in the first place? Take all.
Yes?
Yes, Outlander?
If you're looking to get out of...
Okay, so...
What is this
I
regarding
barter
Red
for
Guard?
goods or coin. I also have a small selection of
It is
spells
truly a
for
pleasure
sale.
to see you.
You want a little
Good
advice?
that you found
That's
that for
free.
me, friend.
That's all.
I'll make that little fetcher pay for lying to me. Although I've got to be honest, it is kind of fun messing with the little guy. I like to take something from his place and stick it in that old barrel in the Census and Excise courtyard. Gives the new arrivals something to look forward to.
He's the one who put it inside there. That's good. That's good to know.
May the wind be on your back.
So I get the ring back in that case. I mean, I feel a little bit bad, but do I really? I don't think don't think Talon will really care too much. It's not hurting him. Then again, I don't think he'll know. But yeah, now we've got some of our provisions back again.
What
I
is this
think we're pretty much finished up here in oh, and if you're wondering where I got the Kwama Scuttle and the Script Jelly from, those, when I restarted just to fix some things, the mobs changed. I didn't expect them to change. I thought it'd all be rats, but the mobs changed. They were squibs, Kwama, whatever they're called. And yeah, we got some of those from them. Now they did mention to go take the Stilt Strider to Balmora.
Why walk when you can ride?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why walk when I can ride?
This is the...
Okay, let's go to Balmora then. Move on from this place.
Why walk when you can ride?
Good question. You look exactly like the guy I killed recently. But then again, I didn't mean to be racist. I'm sorry. What the heck? I think those things are called guar. Now I'm in Balmora. Balmora does seem interesting. I think I have seen this place in Elder Scrolls Online. Is that an Argonian? Is that what Argonians look like?
Yes.
Damn. Alright, okay. Yeah, we are here in Balmora, I believe. We need to find a Caius Cosades, the corner club called Southwall. That's where we gotta go. That's where we're gonna find him. Oh, hold on. There's something I missed. Oh, okay. I think I should probably equip that. I will get rid of those shoes though. At one point. It is late at night. Oh,
I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you?
Southwall.
Southwall is a working-class corner club in Balmora, east of Odai River, on the south end of Labor Street, owned by Bacola Closius.
That is...
There is someone watching me, I can tell. The River Odai flows through the center of Balmora to the coast near Hlaoad.
Okay. Bacola Closius?
Bacola Closius is the owner and proprietor of Southwall, a working-class Balmora corner club east of the Odai River.
Quick and many.
That's definitely an orc. So the Odai River, I would imagine that is waterway between here.
Why don't you turn in for the night? The lucky lockup caters to foreigners like you.
I'll consider it. So Southwall Corner Club is going to be on this side, I imagine. It's east. Hold on. This is east. That is north, west, south, east. Yeah. Okay. Southwall Corner Club. Oh, it's right there. Nice. There we go. Gonna enter on inside. And I think it's about that time.
On your back.
Yeah, I think it's about that time where the wrapping up of the episode is going to be here. So how about we have a little bit of a read? Can you sit down? Is that something we can do? Can I just like back up here? Yeah. Let's see what this is about. A Dance in Fire, Chapter 6. Akumis Scotty sat down listening to Leodes Jurus. The clerk who hardly believed how fat his former colleague at Lord Atreus's building commission had become. Piquant aroma of the roasted meat dish before Scotty melted away. All the other sounds and textures of Prithala Hall vanished all around him, as if nothing else existed but the vast form of jurors. Scotty did not consider himself an emotional man, but he felt a tide flow over him at the sight and the sound of the man whose badly written letters had been the guideposts that carried him from the Imperial City back to the early Frostfall. Back in early Frostfall. Where have you been? Burris demanded again. I told you to meet me in Linesti weeks ago. I was there weeks ago, Scotty stammered, too surprised to be indignant. I got your note to meet you in Athe, so I went there, but the Khajiit had burned it to the ground. Somehow I found my way with the refugees in another village. And someone there told me that you had been killed. And you believed that right away? Juris sneered. The fellow seemed very well informed about you. He was a clerk with the Lord Anashi's building commission named Regulus. And he said that you had always suggested that he'd come down to Valenwood to profit from the war. Oh yes, said Juris. After thinking a moment, I recall the name now. Well, it's good for business to have two representatives from the Imperial Building Commission here. We just need to all coordinate our bids, and all should be well. Regulus is dead, Scotty said, but I have his contracts from Lord Vernek's commission. Even better, grasped Juris, impressed. I never knew you were such a ruthless competitor. Decumus Scotty. Yes, this would certainly improve our position with the Sylvanar. Have I introduced you to Bast here? Scotty had only been dimly aware of Bosmer's presence at the table with Juris, which was surprising given that the mare's girth nearly equaled his dining companion. The clerk nodded to Bast's clothing. Still numb and confused, it had not left his mind that only an hour earlier Scotty had intended to petition the Sylvanar for safe passage through the border back to Cyrodiil. The thought of doing business with Juris after all, of profiting from Valenwood's war with elsewhere, and now the second one with the Somerset Isles seemed like something happening to another person. Your colleague and I talked about the Sylvanar, said Bast, putting down the leg of mutton he was been gnawing on. I don't suppose you've heard about his nature? A little, but nothing very specific. I got the impression that he's very important and very peculiar. He's the representative of the people, legally, physically, and emotionally, explained Juris, a little annoyed at his new partner's lack of common knowledge. When they're healthy, so is he. When they're mostly female, so is he. When they cry for food or trade or an absence of foreign interference, he feels it too, and makes laws accordingly. In a way, he's a despot, but he's the people's despot. That sounds, said Scotty, searching for an appropriate word, like bunk. Perhaps it is, shrugged Bast, but he has many rights as the voice of the people, including the granting of foreign buildings and trade contracts. It's not important whether you believe us, just think of the Sylvanar as being like one of the mad emperors like Pelagius. The problem facing us now is that since Valenwood is being attacked on all sides, the Sylvanar's aspect is now on the distrust of fair and of foreigners. The one hope is of his people, and thus of the Sylvanar himself, is that the Emperor will intervene and stop the war. Will he? Scotty asked. Or asked Scotty. You know as well as we do that the Emperor has not been himself lately. Juris helped himself to Regulus's satchel and pulled out the blanket contracts. Who knows what he'll choose to do or not do? That reality is not our concern, but these blessings from the late good Sir Regulus make our jobs much simpler. They discussed how they would present themselves to the Sylvanar. Into the evening, Scotty ate continuously, but not nearly so much as Juris and Bath. When the sun had begun to rise in the hills, the light reddening through the crystal walls of the tavern, Juris and Bath left for their rooms at the palace, granted to them diplomatically in lieu of an actual immediate audience with the Sylvanar. Scotty went to his room. He thought about staying up just a little longer to ruminate over Juris's plans and see what might be the flaw in them. Upon touching the cool, soft bed, he immediately fell asleep. The story seems strange, and I feel like I'm missing out a lot by not reading the first 5 chapters of it. Just considering this is the 6th one in the entire series. We'll go along, continue it on. The next afternoon, Scotty awoke, feeling himself again, in other words, timid, but for several weeks now he's been a creature bent on mere survival. He had been driven to exhaustion, attacked by several jungle beasts, starved, nearly drowned, and forced into discussion with ancient Aldmeri political works. The discussion he had with Juris and Bast about how to dupe the Sylvanar into signing their contracts seemed perfectly reasonable to them. Reasonable then. Scotty dressed himself in his old battered clothing and went downstairs in search of food and a peaceful place to think. "You're up," cried Bast upon seeing him. "We should go to the palace now." "Now?" whined Scotty. Look at me. I need new clothes. This isn't a way one should dress to pay a call on. This is the way that one should dress to pay a call on a prostitute. Let alone the voice of the people of Valenwood. I haven't even bathed. You must cease from this moment forward being a clerk and become a student of mercantile trade, said Leodes Juris, grandly, taking Scotty by the arm and leading him into the sunlit boulevard outside. The first rule is to recognize what you represent to the prospective client, and what angle best suits you. Cannot dazzle him with opulent fashion and unprofessional bearing, my dear boy, and it would be fatal if you attempted to. Trust me on this. Several others beside Bast and I are guests at the palace, and they have made the error of appearing too eager, too formal, too ready for business. They will never be granted audience with the Sylvanar, but we have remained aloof ever since the initial rejection. I've dallied about the court, spread my knowledge of the life in the imperial city, had my ears pierced, attended promenades, eaten and drunk of all that was given to me. I dare say I've put on a pound or two. The message we've sent is clear.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm reading it now. Don't worry. It is in his, not our, best interest to meet. Our plan worked, added Bast, when I told his minister that our imperial representative had arrived and that we were at last willing to meet with the Sylvanar this morning. We were told to bring you there straight away. Aren't we late then? asked Scotty. Very, laughed Juris. That's again a part of the angle we're representing, benevolent disinterest. Remember not to confuse the Sylvanar with conventional nobility. His is the mind of the common people. When you grasp that, you understand how to manipulate him. Juris spent the last several minutes of the walk through the city expounding on his theories about what Valenwood needed, how much, and at what price. It seems all very detailed. It's probably either just a story, a regular story, or maybe it's a truthful thing. It probably is just a regular story in this world, though. They were staggering figures, far more constructive and far higher cost than anything Scotty had been used to dealing with. He listened carefully. All around them, the city of Sylvanar revealed itself, glass and flower, roaring winds and beautiful interior, a beautiful inertia. When they reached the palace of the Sylvanar, Decimus Scotti stopped. Stunned, Juris looked at him for a moment and then laughed. It's quite bizarre, isn't it? That it was. The frozen scarlet burst of twisted, uneven spires as if a rival sun rising. Blossom of size of a village where courtiers and servants resembled nothing so much as insects walking about it sucking its ichor. Entering over a bent petal-like bridge, the three walked through the palace and a palace of unbalanced walls. It does do a good job of describing places. I can picture that quite well. Where the partitions bent close together and touched, there was a shaded hall or a small chamber. Where they wrapped away from one another, there was a courtyard. There were no doors anywhere. No any way to get to the Sylvanar but by crossing through an entire spiral of the palace. Through meeting and bedrooms and dining halls, past dignitaries, consorts, musicians, and many guards. It's an interesting place, said Bast. But not very much privacy, of course. That suits the Sylvanar well. When they reached the inner corridor, 2 hours after they first entered the palace, guards brandished blades and bows stopping them. We have an audience with Sylvanar, said Juris, patiently. This is Lord Decimus Scotti, the Imperial representative. One of the guards disappeared down the winding corridor and returned moments later with a tall, proud Bosmer clad in a loose robe of patchwork leather. It was the Minister of Trade. The Sylvanar wishes to speak with Lord Decimus Scotti alone. It was not the place to argue or show fair, so Scotti stepped forward, not even looking for Juris and Bast. He was certain they were showing their mask of benevolent indifference. Following the minister into the audience chamber, Scotti recited to himself all the facts and figures Juris had presented to him. He willed himself to remember the angle and the image that he must project. It's quite strange, this type of story. Oh my god, it goes on for a bit of time. The audience chamber of the Sylvanar was an enormous dome where the walls bent from bold shape at the... The audience chamber of the Sylvanar was an enormous dome where the walls bent from bowl-shaped at the base inward to almost meet at the top. A thin ray of sunlight streamed through the fissure hundreds of feet above, and directly upon the Sylvanar, who stood upon a puff of shimmering grey powder. For all the wonders of the city and the palace, the Sylvanar himself looked perfectly ordinary. An average, blandly handsome, slightly tired-looking, extraordinary wood elf, of the type one might see in any capital in the Empire. It was only when he stepped from the dais that Scotti noticed an eccentricity in his appearance. It was very short.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I had to speak with you alone, said the Sylvanar, in a voice common and unrefined. May I see your papers? Scotti handed him the blank contracts from Lord Veneti's building commission. Sylvanar studied them, running his fingers over the embossed seals of the Emperor. Before handing them back, he suddenly seemed shy, looking to the floor. There are many charlatans at my court who wish to benefit from the wars. I thought you and your colleagues were among them, but those contracts are genuine. Yes, they are, said Scotti calmly. The Sylvanar's conventional aspect made it easy for Scotti to speak. With no formal greeting, no deference, exactly as Juris had instructed, it seemed almost sensible to begin straight away, talking about the roads which needed to be rebuilt, and then the harbors that the Altmeri have destroyed. and then I can give you my estimates on the cost of the resupplying and renovating of the trade routes. Why hasn't the Emperor seen fit to send a representative when the war with elsewhere began 2 years ago? Asked the Sylvanar gloomily. Scotty thought a moment before replying. Of all the common Bosmeri he had met in Valenwood, the greedy, frightened mercenaries who had escorted him from the hard border, the hard-drinking revelers, and expert pests, exterminating archers in the western cross of the Falanesti. Nosy old Mother Pascost in Havel, Slump, Captain Balfix, the poor, sadly reformed pirate, the terrified but hopeless refugees of Athe and Geranos, the mad, murderous, self-devouring wild hunt of Vindisi, silent door boatman hired by Griff Melon, the degenerate, grasping Bath. If one creature represented their total disposition and that of many more throughout the province, what would be his personality? Scotty was a clerk. By occupation and nature, instinctively comfortable, cataloging and filing, making things fit in a system. The soul of Valenwood were to be filled. Where would it be put? The answer came upon him almost before he posed himself. Question. Denial. I'm afraid that question doesn't interest me, said Scotty. Now, can we get back to the business at hand? All afternoon, Scotty and the Sylvanar discussed the pressing needs of Valenwood. Every contract was filled with and signed, so much required, and there were so many costs associated that addenda codicils had to be scribbled in the margins of the papers, and those had to be re-signed. Scotty remained his benevolent indifference, but he found that dealing with the Sylvanar was not quite the same as dealing with a simple, sullen child. The voice of the people knew certain practical, everyday things very well. The yields of fish, the benefits of trades, the conditions of every township and forest in his province. We will have a banquet tomorrow night to celebrate this commission, said the Sylvanar. At last. Best make it tonight, replied Scotty. We should leave for the Cyrodiil with the contract tomorrow, and I'll need a safe passage to the border. Best not waste any more time. Agreed, said the Sylvanar, and called for his Minister of Trade to put his seal on the contracts and arrange for the feast. Scotty left the chambers and was greeted by Bast and Juris. Their face showed the strain of maintaining the illusion of concern for too many hours. As soon as they were out of sight of the guards, they begged Scotty to tell them all. When he showed them the contract, Bast began weeping with delight. Anything about the Sylvanar that surprised you? Asked Juris. I hadn't expected him to be half my height. Was he? Juris looked mildly surprised. He must have shrunk since I tried to have an audience with him earlier. Maybe there's something to all that nonsense about him being affected by the plight of his people. That is interesting. I don't know who the Sylvanar is in particular. I mean, I imagine he's like, well, based on this, the leader of the Bosmeri people, the Bosmer, the Wood Elves in the Elder Scrolls series. And by the looks of it, it seems like he himself changes depending on who the majority of his population is like. That's an interesting story. I'll keep all of that book for now. But yeah, thank you guys very much for sticking around. You didn't really have to stick around for that entire book chapter. Feel free to always leave beforehand. I probably should have said that before as well. But it was good having you guys here for that, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much.